Well, well, well. You never thought it was going to happen ever again, did you? You thought in your heart of hearts, in your mind of mind, in your soul of souls, that this show, despite the fact that from day one, it has been promoted to start at 9 o'clock. And for a very long time it did. For a very long time it did. And then one day, it didn't. Sure, it continued to be promoted at a 9 p.m. start time, but we got a little, let's say, relaxed. 9:05, 9:06, 9:10. The scariest time on the clock, 9:11. That's when I knew things needed to change. But how do you facilitate change? Think about things in a Montreal type of way. Now, what does it mean when I say think about things in a Montreal type of way? In this city, when it comes to our live events, are we known for starting at the time that we advertise and that we say we're going to start? The answer is no. If a show says 8, 8:05, 8:10, 8:15, if you're nasty. And that's what happened to this show. Now, I've said it once and I'll say it a million times. I take full responsibility. I'm a big boy. Every morning I wake up and I put my big boy pants on. That's not true. I should redact that statement. Every morning I wake up and I put my big boy athletic shorts on. I take full ownership for this show starting later and later and later. But this is where you, the audience, needs to, let's say, take your share of the ownership and take your share of the responsibility, because I would have loved to have started on time a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. But what happened is you don't believe that I'm ever going to start on time. We got the stream ready to go. I'm looking at the counter of people that are in the channel here watching. What am I going to do? Start in front of one person? Well, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I made a promise to you, the viewers out there on the information superhighway, aka the internet, that I would start this show on time. And you don't know how close this show was to starting late. This time, though, it wasn't my fault. Now, I know that that might be apropos to say in today's climate, well, it's not my fault. This time, it truly wasn't my fault. It's one of our guests' fault. I'm going to let you decide which one of the guests it was. I'm not going to point them out. I'm not going to say who it was. I've got more class and integrity. I bring the guests on to have a nice conversation, to have a good time. There's no chance in hell that I would ever corner one of these people. I don't like the fact that I said I would corner one of these people, even metaphorically. If there's anything anyone knows about me, I'm not cornering anyone, metaphorically or literally. This is the show. I am James. You are you. We are here for the Wednesday episode of what? At Home with James, aka the show that won't go away. On tonight's show, much later on, Andy Assaf is going to be here. And this fine young man has had trials and tribulations as of late. A brief stint in a corrections facility. And now he's out. And he's doing something to not only cleanse the world, but cleanse himself at the same time too. And no, I'm not talking about a shower or a nice bubble bath. Young Andrew is in the midst of celebrating Ramadan. He's fasting. We're going to check in on that. Now, hold your horses, right? If you're sitting there and you're biting your nails and your butthole is getting tight, I'm not making fun of Ramadan tonight. You think this is a big gag? I'm going to make fun of Ramadan? Maybe 10 years ago. Not now. 10 years ago, James would have said, let's do it. Let's rock and roll. That was my voice 10 years ago. This one that you're listening to now, this is through years and years of correcting. You know how people correct their posture? I corrected my voice. My old voice was, let's rock and roll. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Andy Assaf is going to be here. Also here tonight is Racquel Belmonte. Now, when you talk about trials and tribulations, Those are not words I would use to classify what Racquel Belmonte has been going through. For weeks and weeks and weeks, she has been bringing on a plethora of inappropriate images and content that vary from crude slogans to full-blown nudity. Not just any type of nudity. We're talking bare rear ends. And many weeks ago, a fully erect penis. Now, you didn't see it because we edited it right before it made air. This show, without the work of that technician, Andy, probably wouldn't be happening right now if that fully erect penis made it on the air. So that's something that Andy can take a lot of solace in as he celebrates his Ramadan. If anything, this show, we're having our own little Ramadan. I'm cleansing myself. We're going through a no penis photo cleanse. We're fasting from these photos. And you're saying to yourself, James, if you're trying to keep penis pictures off the air, why would you bring Racquel on? I think everyone deserves a second chance. And that's what I said 2 weeks ago when I brought Racquel on. She's on chance number 4. 10 years ago, James would have said, let the penises go, rock and roll. 10 years now, James says, we have to grow up. Racquel Belmonte is here, the filth monger herself. Starting in just a moment, we've got a guest who hasn't been here in a long time. Last time she was here, I demanded that she return to the show wearing leather pants. Now, I don't think that she's wearing leather pants, but you never know, right? This world is full of surprises. A year ago, we never would have thought that living in Montreal, that it would be illegal to walk down the street after 8 o'clock. But here we are. A year ago, we never thought that it would be illegal to drink a nighttime coffee on a bench at 8:30 p.m. But here we are. A year ago, we never thought that this show would still exist, featuring me demanding that guests buy leather pants. But here we are. That's tonight's show. Now, if you're asking yourself, James, this is a pretty long intro. This is what I like to call a filibuster. I am killing time, so the late crowd shows up. They're turning on the show thinking, I can't believe the show's already started. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger said in Jingle All the Way, always keep your promises if you want to keep your friends. And I keep my promises because you, the viewer, are my friends. Let us begin tonight's show with our first guest. Let's welcome downtown Alex Brown. Alex, welcome back.
Hello.
Would it be out of turn of me to ask you to stand up?
Look, maybe on a third date.
Okay.
We don't know each other that well yet, James.
Yeah, it's true. It's only been, I don't know.
Like 6 years?
Yes. Is it that long? 6 years?
I think it's been longer than that, actually.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Alex, would you like to let people know how you met me?
Yes. I took a little thing called improv. I took a class.
Yep.
And James, you were the improv guy.
I was
introed me to improv.
I was the improv guy, and now all these years later, here we are. I'm asking you to stand up.
Stand up.
And you're still doing improv. You're part of the online improv team.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep. There's only one, and it's
only one, and it features downtown herself. Now, Alex, last time you were here, I asked you did an idea request. It's time we maybe invent what it means to be Alex Brown.
Yeah.
I gave you a new name. Do you recall what that name was? Because I don't.
Well, didn't you just use it? It's a downtown Alex Brown. Wasn't that it?
Something to do with leather, I thought.
Oh.
Leather clad and always bad.
That was like my tagline.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Now,
Alex, have you ever worn leather pants?
I've worn a leather skirt. I have not worn leather pants. Because here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Here's why I don't have leather pants on right now, is because you also promised you were going to take me to, I think it was St. Hubert Plaza, and you were going to buy me those leather pants.
That's true. Yeah, I did say that I was going to pay for the leather pants. So again, began the show taking responsibility for the tardiness and the start times of the show. I'm taking, if anyone's tuning in tonight and they're like, I heard Alex is going to be back wearing leather pants.
Yeah, all the leather pants pervs. No judgment.
It's my fault that the pervs
Yeah.
are not smiling right now.
Yeah,
so
they're crying.
We can put that to bed. Now, Alex, you were the reason the show almost started late.
You said you weren't going to corner anybody.
Always keep your promises.
There's no accountability on this show, Jay.
You know what? You're right. I said it a moment ago. Always keep your promises if you want to keep your friends.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'm looking for a friendship to the test.
Okay.
So I've outed you as the now, Alex. What happened? Let's get into this. People sometimes it's like they're banging on my door. They want to know what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
They go, how do you do the show on Twitch? I tell them we do it on Zoom. They say Zoom. I say we broadcast it. They say you broadcast it. So yeah, that's right. I got people that work for free and they take care of that stuff.
You literally do.
The show almost started late. I was convinced you forgot. Now, Alex, I want you to, as your original improv teacher, I want you, everyone who comes on this show, it begins with, how did we meet? Oh, you taught me improv.
Yeah, exactly.
So people think that they probably think this James guy didn't have any friends. He had to become an improv teacher to find his friends.
Do you think that's true?
No, I have a whole group of friends that I have outside of the comedy world. And that's one of my number one lessons to my students is if you have real life friends outside of improv, keep them because you need to go to them to ground yourself once you're frustrated that someone didn't pick you for an improv.
Right. Similarly, I think you also said, don't expect anyone to come see your shows after they've seen like one of your shows.
Now, would you think that was a fair lesson?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's the truest thing you can learn about improv.
I think so too. But let's pull the curtain open.
All right.
This is the international pulling the curtain open thing.
Yeah.
Some people might say it's a rear end. I say you're in the gutter.
Oh, okay.
But look, I'm not here to judge. Alex, okay. Very simple. Yes or no? Yes. Did you forget that you were on the show tonight?
Yes.
And I felt it. I said it. I said it in the queue to Andrew. Said, I'm convinced that Alex forgot. Now, making matters potentially worse, you picked the day.
I did. Yes.
You're on. I had originally mentioned, Alex, how about Monday? You said, oh gosh darn it, I can't do it. I said, I got Wednesday, I got Friday. You said Wednesday. I think I probably said done deal, and you wrote, and I remember you wrote sick.
Yeah, I spelled sick with several C's.
That was the end of the conversation. Now, I thought to myself as I waited feverishly, thinking, "Where the show's going to start late." I wasn't blaming you. I was blaming myself for not checking in yesterday, but primarily today. But you did forget.
I did forget, and see, the thing is, I had been talking about it earlier today.
Okay,
like so I told someone I was doing your show.
Yeah.
So
now, I sent you a Facebook message.
You did. A
text, and I had to pull out the big guns.
And you texted. Yes.
Yeah. You're what some would call a roommate.
My roommate. You texted my roommate and former improv teacher.
Yeah, I texted your current roommate, your former improv teacher, and current main squeeze.
Main squeeze. Yeah.
You hear about so many student-teacher relationships that go wrong in comedy. Yours is one of the few. This is one of the true love stories
so far.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So far, yeah. You're just waiting for the moment when it ends to go. I gotta
let it all out.
I gotta get on Twitter. I gotta get on Twitter.
I'm gonna reactivate my Twitter account.
Yeah. So your roommate / former improv teacher / current main
squeeze.
I messaged this person. I said, What's going on with Alex? She's supposed to be on the show. Now, I was prepared to do the show without you.
I know.
There would have been zero hard feelings. If anything, I would have found it funny. And I thought to myself, if Alex doesn't show up, this gives me something to talk about off the show.
That's true. Oh, see? So
I had really to throw it all out for that 3 on 10 intro that I did.
Right. So
now, Alex, what were you doing during the time when you were forgetting to be here?
Well, so I would say the downfall started after work when
The downfall. Okay.
yeah, but like the downfall of like me remembering that I had anything to do tonight
Yeah.
was after work when I decided I needed to hightail it to the SAQ and buy some rosé.
Okay, so you wanted to buy some wine before our curfew. Now, I would
Yes.
be remiss. Dave Kaufman,
Mm-hmm.
collaborator on the
Friend of
show,
the show.
entered the chat, and the first thing that he wrote was no punctuation. Hey, who's drinking White Claw right now?
Uh-oh.
Because earlier today, I let David know that the Super C, which is a Montreal-based grocery market,
Yes.
sells White Claw. He was flabbergasted. He bought a variety pack. Now, if people think
great.
I don't drink, right?
No.
You've never seen me with a can of an adult.
Absolutely not. No.
Leave it to the sober Superman to tip off the drinkers as to where they can get nasty.
Well, you also just really love Super C, I feel like. So
I love it. It's the least
the deals.
Least aesthetically pleasing grocer's market.
It really is.
Let's not make this about James. You needed to buy wine. Okay.
I needed to.
Okay, well, let's examine. Alex.
Yes.
You have a hard day today.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. So are you looking to get drunk tonight?
No, because I have probably what's that?
You want to buzz.
Well, I just like to have, a little sort of a wind down. All right. Like a wind down, you get it?
Oh, now you could do a t-shirt off of that that mothers would love, I think.
I like that, yeah. Well, we can get one of those when we go to St. Hubert Plaza.
Okay, great. I'm going to get you a custom-made shirt and a pair of leather pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be ready for the summer.
With your hands, can you show how big the bottle of wine is?
Oh gosh. I mean,
apparently David is on his 5th White Claw.
Wow, good. But you know what? There's seltzer in it. So I feel like he's getting hydrated at the same time.
Yeah, he's drinking in a safe way. So let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how big this bottle of
wine. Gosh, what's like 750 mils? So like it's hard to tell with the perspective.
Now, how much of it do you think you intend to drink tonight? And don't be shy. There's no judgment here.
I think I'm done drinking for tonight.
Yeah.
Like I had 2 glasses, probably around like 6:30.
Can you answer a question for me that the reasoning has eluded me into my adult life? Why is it that people don't fill their glass with wine? Why is it only halfway?
That's a good question. I feel like because wine is kind of gross. So like you don't really want to drink a lot of it at once. Mm-hmm. But like I don't know why people drink wine.
Okay. All right. So, now I understand. So So when you were reminded that you had to do the show tonight, was there a moment of panic?
It was pure panic. I don't know. Okay. I feel like you know me as somewhat of an anxious person.
Well, yeah, I don't want to expose.
No, but you've seen
more than I have. Now, Alex, I want to ask you a question. This is going to be, look, you and I are friends.
We're buddies, yeah.
We can cut the crap with a capital K.
That's it.
I want to know how well you know me.
Are you gonna quiz me?
It's a one question, very light quiz.
Yeah.
Now, in talking about your nervousness, what do you think I immediately think of when I think of Alex nervousness?
This one's very obvious, and it's my chronic blushing.
Chronic? Now
that's doing right now.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
I know.
You know what? But we like you for it.
Is that it's endearing.
I think it is endearing. Okay, so and again, honesty is the best policy.
Yes.
At any moment when you were thinking, I got to do this show, is it like, I just want to, I've had a day. I just want to drink wine on my couch with my little slippers.
Well, okay. No, it wasn't that. It was like, holy shit, Vance needs to turn off this episode of Survivor that we're watching.
So I interrupted an episode of Survivor because you did. I'm imagining now you've spoiled the name. I was trying to keep the name private.
Oh, you did. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So
trying to save face.
Yeah. So we're not going to dwell on this. If people want to rewind, they can watch it now.
Yeah.
This young man gets a text and he's like, You have to do James's show tonight.
No, he said, did you know you're on James's show tonight?
Yeah. Now, how deep into the episode were you?
So we had already watched one, and then I think we were like maybe 10 minutes into this next one.
Right. So there's panic, and now you're doing the show, and he can't watch Survivor.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
He's not allowed.
All right. Now, knowing that everything in this conversation is unfolded like it has,
right,
from my perspective, I believe it is better that you had forgotten about doing the show.
Oh.
I've enjoyed this segment.
Yes. Oh, so you're saying that me going to the SAQ after work to get wine led us.
Yes. Think about everything that we've discussed.
Yeah.
What would we have talked about, right?
Survivor.
Talk about Survivor and the little COVID vaccines and stuff.
Did you get yours yet?
You know what? This is going to come as a shock. I haven't, but I have thought. I'm going to open the Pandora's box. I've thought about lying. I've thought about lying.
Like you would say you have like a chronic thing.
No, I would not go that
lying about getting the vaccine.
Oh no. Well, that maybe that. Lying about why I'm a teacher and I need it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you'd be like, I'm an essential worker.
Yeah.
Give me this.
Because the world needs improv.
Look at how many people have come through your show that you've touched.
Yeah. All those years
Hopefully
ago.
Not literally.
Not literally. I'm not one of these touching teachers.
No, there are quite a few of them out there.
There's quite a few of them, but some of them, it leads to great things. Relationships between consenting adults.
That's it. So much touching.
You know, I'll say this. Do I love that we talked about the improv romance? No, I don't.
It's all right.
But you know what?
We can beep it out.
Yeah, why deny the reality of things?
That's it.
Right?
I mean, look, we can't deny anymore.
No, we can't deny. Think about where we're at right now. It's illegal. If I want to leave right now and go, you know what? I want to go to the depanneur and buy a drumstick.
Yeah.
I want to eat an ice cream cone. I would be ticketed for eating ice cream.
They would arrest you.
You know what? Go find the people that are at sex parties or listening to I don't know, Corn in someone's basement. I just want to sit on the damn bench at the canal, have an ice cream cone, you know.
Do you think that that's what the curfew like interlopers they're listening? You think Corn is their jam?
I think that there's a variety of music being played with all of these. Now, what did you call them? Interlopers?
Interlopers, yes.
Yeah. I think that it could be Corn. It could be the Fugees.
Oh.
It could be Steve Winwood.
Okay.
You might have some Katy Perry's in there.
I mean, for sure. Absolutely.
Probably a DMX right now.
Oh, yeah. To like
maybe some Leonard Cohen.
Okay. Yeah, that's the like separatists.
Yeah, maybe some separatists. You could have some Imani Coppola, perhaps.
Maybe some Cat Stevens, formerly known Cat Stevens.
You know what? If I was invited to the Cat Stevens interlopers, you'd go at that one. I would come dressed up as Cat Stevens.
Oh, I could see it.
Yeah. I'd walk in. There'd be a big you'd hear a record scratch. The door would open. You'd see
it would blow open.
Yeah, and I would walk in very dainty like, and I would say, I listen to the wind of my soul.
Wow.
What do you think about that? 1 on 10. How do you
Would you have a mask on?
Yeah, burglar mask. You got a burglar
10 out of 10.
Someone's like, why are you wearing a burglar mask? And I go, I forgot my COVID mask.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, 10 out of 10.
So doing a Cat Stevens impersonation with a burglar mask makes it 10 on 10.
Yeah. Otherwise, it was gonna be like 4. But
here's the thing: we would have talked about this if not for the lateness.
What? You don't like this?
I like this too. First half, I give it 8 on 10. Second half, 6 on 10.
Okay. Well, what's gonna bring it up? We have limited time. We can.
I'll tell you what. This is the peak that we've hit our plateau.
Oh my
We put our
God.
plateau. Now, Alex, look, we
Yeah.
need to make this leather pants thing happen.
We really do. Can
Yeah.
it be leather shorts? Because summer is coming. No, you
Look,
know what? I'm going to commit to the pants.
I have an idea of what I want the pants to look like,
Okay.
but it doesn't need to be that. So, look, Alex, here's the deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be the St. Hubert Plaza. In my brain, what I'm thinking of right now is that you and I
Yes.
go to the Value Village
Oh,
right
you
here,
used leather pants.
right 100% used.
Wow.
I'm not made of money here.
I am clearly not respecting of my body.
Yeah.
So
We're going to the Value Village and we're finding you a pair of used leather pants and maybe
okay.
a pair of white boots.
Wow, that I would be into. I think
Okay.
can we have it so that, like, I know this is like needle in a haystack, but I would love it if the pants like laced up with a leather string like on the side of the legs.
I think the worse looking, the better.
Okay, perfect. And maybe like a couple seams like up the leg.
Basically, I want you to dress as a lady that loves going to Fête Nationale outdoor concerts.
Yeah. Like her name is like Joanie.
Yeah, Joanie, Jeanette, Sylvie, Denise.
Right. I love it.
The possibilities of the names are endless. Pierrette, Paulette.
Oh, Paulette.
The whole gamut. Alex, look,
I love it.
You were late and I'm happy about it.
I'll do it again.
All right. I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Alex. I'll talk to you over a pair of leather pants.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That's Bye-bye. Alex Brown. And did you see at the end there? Red. Face went red. And we love Alex for that. Years ago, first time I saw that red face, I thought this kid has got it. And all these years later, senior member of an online improv team. Let's move on to our next guest. I am once again rolling the dice. I'm rolling the dice, but I, much like Kenny Rogers, consider myself, again, I'm doing all the music references tonight. I'm doing Kenny Rogers, DMX, the Fugees, Leonard Cohen, and Imani Coppola. It's me and two other people who remember, was the song something of a cowgirl. Sucks. Let's welcome our next guest. It is the one and only Racquel Belmonte. Hi, Racquel. How's it going?
You know, James, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I am in tip-top shape tonight, Racquel.
I love that for you. The haircut tells me everything I need to know.
It's true. Last Friday, I went and got myself a little buzz. I saw my main man, Juanito, at La Chapelle Barbier, located in the Plateau Mont Royal district of Montreal. I feel good about it.
I feel good about it too. And I'm not just saying that because I've been a little devil on the show the past couple of weeks. I know who I am. I know what I've been up to.
And I appreciate it. Raquel, if it means anything, I like this top bun.
Thank you so much. I had the ponytail before. Here's the thing. Let me tell you a little story about this old.
Now you sound like you're doing a James impersonation now.
You know, I feel like we've been spending too much time together.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too much time together. Okay, what was I even saying? My hair, my mop, it gets frizzier and frizzier as the day goes on. It's not even curly at this point. So I just threw her up. I have two scrunchies in my bun. That's the trick.
Now, Raquel, do you have naturally voluminous hair?
Yes, I have curly hair.
All right.
Or wavy, but.
So I'm going to gather that in the summer, it goes out.
Oh, she poofs. Oh,
she
yeah.
Poofs.
She poofs. And if I go to like the beach or like a lake or something, then James, let me tell you, my hair looks very.
Okay, so you like having the beach hair. Now, I'm not a beach guy. I don't got no beach bod. I got I got nothing going on I can't swim. I don't like the sun.
Yeah, no. You know what? You don't have to like any of those things to go to the beach. I get it. I don't have any of those things either. I still go though, because I'll tell you, I'm lazy. I think we all know this. I'm very lazy. I don't do my hair. I see your sound person nodding and I don't understand why.
It sounds like that he's affirming that you don't, I'm just going to paraphrase what you mentioned, take care of yourself.
Right, but I thought like for sure somebody would be like, no, Racquel, you're not lazy. It's okay. I need to stop testing people. My therapist told me that the other day. So
Here's the
anyways,
thing,
here we
though.
are.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
We're both gesticulating right now. This is like we're mirroring right now. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Now you talk you talked
I'm
about
lazy.
being lazy. Now I would consider myself to be, I wouldn't say lazy, but unmotivated.
Oh yeah, I'm that too.
Now you mentioned that everyone knows that I'm lazy. Now here's the thing.
Yes.
Again, we're opening the curtain. This isn't opening a butt. We're opening the curtain.
Then you got to there are other ways to open a curtain, James.
All right,
okay.
so
I feel like let's go like this.
Okay,
that's good. Or
so yeah, but is that opening a curtain, or is that more peeking behind the curtain? That's like, hey, is this set doing okay? Oh no, they're still warming up.
No, I don't know. No, it depends how aggressive you do it. If I'm going like this, that means I open the whole thing.
Yeah,
I caught someone doing something.
I am as God made me, so I'm going to open the curtain like that. Now, Racquel, everyone knows I'm lazy, and we've talked about this before. You and I have never met in real life.
No.
We've never stood in the same room, let alone street, let alone city, let alone province.
Yep.
Now, there's a variety of things that we don't know about each other, but I would like to think that I have gotten to know you more in the past few weeks than I have in the past few months. Now, would you say that that's fair to say?
I think that's fair. It's also worrisome.
Okay.
There's no going around that anymore.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not. The only thing that worries me is if our text says, James, we can't show this picture that Racquel sent. And I'm like, oh, why not? It's like, it's too veiny.
You caught me off guard with the word veiny.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna laugh, but then you said veiny. And you know what? I learned my lesson.
It's a comedy show. We can laugh. Now,
yeah, we can. We just can't show veiny erect dicks on baby ones.
Yeah, we can't show VEDs. We're gonna open the curtain again.
We're gonna do that though, and we're gonna get right in there.
Right in there. In your first few appearances, again, we're talking about the behind the scenes stuff. After the show would end, you would say, James, how far can I go? I was like, Racquel, you do whatever you like.
That's very nice of you.
You live free, do as you wish on the show. And then, time goes on. It's like, I was going to do this. You do whatever you like. And you have embraced that in the past month.
Sure. Oh, do you want me to comment on it?
Well, I mean, you can if you want to.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought you were going to say something else after that. Yeah, I really feel like I've come into my own on this show.
Yeah.
It's hard to open up to people you don't know, especially when your brain's a little bit deeper in the gutter than some other people's. I don't know what you Montreal people do, but I don't even want to make it a Vancouver thing. I think it's just a me thing. It's not my fault.
Montreal can be a toilet, right?
Sure.
But it doesn't have to be limited to a city. I'm sure Vancouver has its debauchery.
Oh, yes.
Now, Racquel,
yes.
This leads me to why you're here tonight.
Okay.
Racquel, yes. I must ask you.
Ask me anything. AMA, like on Reddit.
Yeah. Are you using your segments to exercise some type of pent up sexual frustration? But more than the segments, this onesie that you wanted to buy for a child, they were all 18 and over ones. I feel like you might, without projecting,
want a baby,
without pushing, without making any assumptions, I think that you might have sex on the brain.
Yeah. I always do, though. Here's the thing, James, is I always do. I think that's just like my baseline is always horny.
Right.
I'm not saying that to be funny. That's just who I think I've learned to accept it. I'm always at about 70%. That's bad. 70.
Says who? You do what you want.
I do what I want.
You know how some people when they're talking about like body temperatures or whatever, like I often run on hot. I'm quite warm most of the time. You run on horny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The funny thing with this is like I have sex I have sex. I have been this whole time. But still, I don't know why.
Which is impressive because you've been living with your entire family.
Yeah, we're not going to tell them that. We tell them I sleep at my friend Monica's house. I don't know why I did half of an air quote.
Yeah, that was it. You know,
I'm 29 and I have to lie about where I'm going.
So look, you don't. This place is where you don't have to lie.
Oh wait, no. It's COVID. I don't have sex. Not right now.
Well, this is a live show, Racquel.
Fuck. Okay, we're gonna have to beep it out.
Look, here's the thing. I'm sure you're not the only one. Imagine if that made it to local CTV Vancouver News. First reported case of sex happens, and it's your picture.
I'd kind of love that. That'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah, we'd have our next segment for next week's show right away.
My parents would tell all that. They don't have friends, but they tell all their family, like, yeah, that's our dog. That's our Racquel. They don't call me Racquel. They call me Rack. This house sucks.
Racquel, they call you whatever they like. There's no judgment here tonight. Now, we've had a variety of guests on this show who have, I guess what I would say, pushed the sexual boundaries of what they do on this show. But for some reason, your segments never quite make me uncomfortable.
Really?
Never.
Wow. Have you done a deep dive and figured out why?
Well, not to dig up the past here, but
dig it up.
Steph Mercier-Voyer, who you've met on this show, was probably probably at the top of the leaderboard for most uncomfortable sexual-based comedic content. I think it had to do with the fact that she would dance at the top of her scene. Excuse me, not scene, but at top of her segments.
Right.
Now, I've had a Mean Business on this show, who's a business mogul. He's talked about having a variety of sexual encounters. This made me uncomfortable. There's something about your segments that leave me totally zen.
You want to know what my theory is?
Please, Racquel.
I'm not one of your students. Wasn't Steph one of your students?
She was, yeah.
Because I'll tell you something. If any of that's not true. See, I've taught improv and I'm like, yeah, make a dick joke. Come. Yeah. Like
Here's the thing though. If it's on stage, I feel nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You get here and there's something you can feel the discomfort permeating throughout the call.
Sure. Yeah. I don't
I guess what I'm trying to say with all this, Racquel, is that you make comfortable adult content on this show.
That is the sweetest thing anybody has ever said about my comedy. Thank you so much. I wouldn't even want to say my comedy, about me.
Yeah, and I have to say the fact that might be the sweetest thing. Now I am uncomfortable because I feel sad about that.
Oh, no. I was just saying that to make conversation.
Right, okay. Quote, a lie.
Well, it's half lie, half trying to make you comfortable. You're the host, baby. This is your bus. We're just passengers.
As the host on the show, I'm trying to figure out like all the inner workings of each guest, whether it's you, whether it's Alex, Dimitri, who pops by, whomever it is. I like to have a grip on every single person. Of course, metaphorically speaking, a metaphorical grip, what to expect, what to assume, what to hope for. And now I feel like after all these months of you putting your toe in the water after the segment saying, should I? And I say, you do what you like. Now you're doing it and it's working. Unless it's images that need to be censored.
Yeah. This is going to be cause a big dent in my content because I'm telling you I got a lot of bad pictures on my phone that I think are funny. Yeah. That I have as ideas for segments. So I'm going to have to get rid of that portion and then we'll see what happens. What if I'm nothing without those pictures?
Now, well, here's the thing now, when you talk about bad, how bad are we talking about here?
You know what? Probably equally as bad.
They're not like criminal bad, right?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
All right.
But I can appreciate I can't appreciate some awful, gross pics. It
All right.
doesn't matter. Why are you letting me talk still? Do you have any other questions? AMA.
Well, AMA, now you're flipping it around on me. It's like,
Ooh, I got
James,
dizzy.
James, I like this hosting you're doing, but not anymore.
No, I do love it. I just feel like I keep saying awful things.
Look, I think that there is something to be said about the value in comedy when it's truthful. We can't just come on here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and like, oh, we got this person's doing a character and this person's got a fun video. Sometimes the people, they go, what's going on behind the erect penis photo lady? And now we know.
But what is it? We don't know, because you thought it was just I'm repressed. My sexual energy is being repressed, but that's not the case. Fix me. What's my problem?
Okay. So look at this, Racquel, you're about to become one of my improv students.
Yes. All right.
I got to put the old teacher hat back on, right?
Right.
You said you're not repressed. You're getting what you want or what you need.
For the most part.
But if you are, and you're still feeling the way that you do, I'm not sure that's what you need.
What do I need then?
That's the thing, Racquel. We don't know each other that well. So you need to dig deep into you in order for that truth to come out.
God, that's hard.
It is Ramadan. Have you thought about perhaps going on a cleanse?
I mean, I can cleanse myself of certain things, sure.
Have you thought about fasting?
Like no food.
Thought perhaps no food, no beverages, perhaps no drinking.
I could do no drinking.
Or perhaps no loving. Loving
or sex, that's different.
Well, I like to clean it up. I'm the type of person.
Sorry.
You won't hear me say having sex. I'm
intercourse.
Coitus. Coitus, sexual intercourse, or
fornicating.
Otherwise, Racquel, have you thought about giving up for the month of Ramadan, making love?
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't thought about it. The person I typically
make love with.
Yes. I have a lot to think about. Yeah, I could do it. I could fucking do it. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. So what?
Look, I don't know how much longer Ramadan goes on for, so
I don't know much. I'll be honest.
I make a special request. Can I get a production note in our chat room of until when Ramadan goes on to, or perhaps one of the viewers can let us know until when? So May 11th.
May 11th.
May 11th. This is less than a month.
Okay. Yeah, I could do it.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, because I can. Easy.
Good for you. Good. That's awesome.
May 11th. That's like child's play.
I think I can do it. I'm not gonna have. Let's hold each other accountable. No sex until May 11.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So what do I do? Like when people quit smoking, there's like things to not.
Anytime you feel the urge to make love, you should chew gum. Right?
That's a good idea. Yeah. I'm going to do that instead.
And here's the best part. You can pick whatever gum you want.
Wow, that's sweet. Thank you.
Could be Excel, could be Juicy Fruit, maybe Bubblicious, maybe the Mentos gum.
Sorry, I'm just reading this. No masturbation, no kissing, no hand holding. See, that's the boring stuff. I don't care about that. It's the full-on penetration. I hate that word. Why did you let me say it?
Look, when people make love, penetration is a part of it.
Sure.
I consider myself a pretty erotic guy.
Oh, okay.
Now
I need you to walk me through that.
But when we're on the program, that's where we like to keep things. That's where we like to use terms like making love, penetration, all those.
All right.
Well,
okay,
Racquel,
so no sex, May 11.
Yeah.
Till May 11.
Yeah. Now, the question is, are we going to check in with you each week?
You can.
I'd love to.
Sure. I'll take it.
All right.
I'm very competitive. That's the other thing. I don't feel like I should be for this holiday, but I'm very competitive.
Yeah, we don't need to turn Ramadan into a competition.
No. I have no interest. I'm just saying, like, I will get competitive. Oh, God.
Now, competitive towards me?
No, just about doing it. Like if I get a text, I'm gonna throw my phone.
Now,
I'll probably damage my phone.
Would
So
the text
say yes.
Would the text read like "you up"? Is that people do that?
James, I'm old now, and the person that I do things with is also old now. So it's, do you work tomorrow at like 5 p.m.?
Right. Okay, that's classic.
Or I'm drunk and high, or high, and I say WID.
Hold on now. WYD.
What you doing? I get to the point in a fun, like,
right,
millennial teen way.
What you doing?
What you do? I don't even put a question mark.
My response, if I ever got that text, would just be a question mark, followed by "what is this?"
That would break my heart.
I text with capitalized letters in the appropriate places, punctuation. I believe in grammar, but
sure, we all should.
In the world of lovemaking, perhaps those things go out the window.
Yeah, it depends where you're at, what time it is, how you're feeling. It's the whole thing. I should write a book or something.
Racquel, you're going to be able to write a book once you've completed this fast on Ramadan. We are going to check in every single week. Before we do that, speaking of checking in, has Connor Rose spoken to you? Because I have not heard anything from Connor, and I am concerned.
No, nothing. I'm over it, to be honest.
You're done.
Yeah, fuck that. I've texted him. I've called him. Like, what do you want? Well, what do you want?
I don't know if he's ghosting you. That's what the kids say, ghosting. I haven't heard. I can't even get in touch with his dad, Carl.
Oh. Well, he's probably with that girl. I can't remember her name. Is that said he loved Cordelia? Sure.
Yeah.
It's probably,
if you hear anything, can you let me know? I'm growing concerned more and more every single week.
I'll let you know, but promise me you won't tell me if you know anything, because I feel like I'm not going to like the response or the answer.
Look, I don't want to send you off the deep end during this month of fasting. Because I know that people, they see Connor Rose and their loins start to tingle.
I didn't like this one, but James, you never make me uncomfortable. And this didn't make me uncomfortable, but there was potential there. It was almost as bad as this.
Look, it's a good thing that the segment has reached its end. Racquel, we're going to check in every single week.
You got it. I'll be here every single week.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Bye.
That's Racquel Belmonte. We're 2 for 2 on segments tonight. Dare I say, I am hosting the heck out of this show. Alex Brown, Racquel Belmonte. We got our third guest coming up. Before we do that, we are going to be back when? Of course, on Friday at 9 p.m. Who's going to be here? Dimitri Kira is going to be here. Joe Conto and so much more. Once again, 9 p.m. or 6 p.m. if you are a friend of ours from the West Coast. Let's welcome our third and final guest. He is also working the booth tonight. It's Andy Assaf. Andy, happy Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum, James. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, I mentioned off the top of the show, this is not a bit. This is not a farce. This is not a well-placed scheme. You are in the midst, from what I understand, in the first time ever truly celebrating Ramadan.
It's baby's first Ramadan, James. I'm trying it out. Let's see what it's a bit of, so far as I'm just like doing some cultural tourism in my own culture here. Never did Ramadan before. Thought on a whim just the other day, hey, Ramadan's coming up. Maybe I should do Ramadan.
Now,
And
you
now we're here.
mentioned that you talked to your dad about it, and
Yeah.
what was his response?
His response is pretty funny. I called him the other day and I was like, "Hey, Dad, guess what?" Very excited. I was like, "Been reading all this stuff. I've been educating myself. I'm going to do Ramadan this year. I'm going to fast." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, just don't go too crazy with that shit, dude." Like he was worried that I was going to be radicalized, I think.
Right. So not only did he call you dude, he
Yeah.
also was
That's
concerned.
how I know he's serious. He calls me dude.
He thought you, and that there was potential of you becoming radicalized.
I feel like he thought I was on some like live leak videos or something and reading some like deep web, Quran readings or something.
Now, if you had to guess, what do you think his concern is? Is like, oh, my son's going to become super religious? Where do you think the concern stems from?
Yes and no. He grew up in Lebanon and was super. He like the family he was telling me is pretty secular on my dad's side. Like they grew up in a Muslim part of town and then moved to a Christian part of town. And he told me when Christmas would roll around and he learned what Christmas was at like 7, everyone was having Christmas parties and he couldn't go. So he felt left out, which I think you can relate to, James, is like, yes, Christmas rules. And my dad always
Christmas
loved
does
Christmas.
rule. It's very fun.
He was the most pro-Christmas Muslim guy you can meet.
Yeah. Now,
this is kind of like the Muslim Christmas, James.
Yeah.
From what I've learned.
Yeah, the Muslim Christmas. Now, what are you currently fasting of? I know that there's the classic ones in terms of drink and food. Are you doing that one?
The main one is you don't eat and you don't drink from sunrise to sunset. So that's
okay.
You wake up at 5 a.m. and you have your first meal. And then you can't eat again until 8:05, and then it moves as the days go,
So how have you been coping through the fasting?
It's been okay. I've fasted before, but what's hard is not drinking water. You just feel really out of it. I'm pretty loopy right now, James. I don't know.
Okay, well this can only mean good things for this segment. Now, have you also decided to give up anything else? Of course, in that previous segment, Racquel has taken on the task of trying to give up love making until May.
I love that. I love that is just pushing Racquel to quit sex. You're not supposed to have sex during Ramadan, at least during the daytime.
Right.
But I think if that's the idea behind
Wait, hold on now. You said no sex during the day.
Yeah, not even kissing, holding hands, no touching. But
this is what's
hold on now, hold on. This is what people. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Who has sex during the day?
Married couples mostly, and that's what they're talking about, because you're not supposed to be having sex outside of marriage.
The married couple, both parties are probably at work, right? The dad works at a toilet factory, and maybe the mom or the wife works at some
one of the big tech companies.
Yeah, the wife works at the tech company, and the dad works at the toilet company, the toilet factory, and the kids are at school.
Yeah.
You're telling me they get home during the day? People
like at a lunch hour? Sure. You've never had a lunch hour bones?
Now this is news to me, because I thought that lovemaking was mostly an after sun goes down event. You're telling me that people are getting jiggy with it during the day?
I would say I think a lot of people do, and I think even more so people do it in the morning.
Because I know that I was going to bring that up. People they make love in the morning, but I thought that was kind of a thing that happened in the movies.
Nope. That happens in real life too. Yeah, just write that down. But you're allowed to have sex. It's not about. So the idea here, James, if we want to rewind a bit, is the idea of fasting is that you're trying to one, show your devotion to God and give up a big part of your life to show how committed you are, but also to understand the plights of those who suffer more than you, those who are starving, those who don't have water and food, those who can't have sex, those who you're not supposed to be smoking during the day. You can't have anything. You can't consume anything.
So it's been documented on this show, Andy, over the course of the past year that you have been struggling with smoking. You've quit, you've jumped back on, you're trying to kick the butt. Now this is the $1 million question, are you looking to rid yourself of cigarettes throughout the month of Ramadan.
I mean, that was kind of the impetus too, James. I was already quitting one thing. Why not quit all of the things, right?
Okay, so are
I'm not
you
going to do
also
anything now.
You're giving up lovemaking as well?
Well, the
Now,
cases are so high here. Like, forget it. That was
the
already
lovemaking cases.
Yeah, you were talking about Racquel being the first in Vancouver to get on CTV Vancouver, the first case of sex. We've had
there's never been anyone else from
cases of sex
Vancouver
here.
on CTV Vancouver.
Yeah, first person. And
Wow.
and,
Okay, so you're giving.
That's another pandemic right there. Is how many people having sex, James.
So you think a lot of people are?
Yeah. Right now, I don't think laws are stopping anyone from that.
Yeah.
Maybe in Quebec.
Now I know that like last year, the Quebec government, they gave it like some guidelines. One of them was wear masks, don't kiss, and clean your bed sheets before and after. And you think people are respecting those rules?
Well, see, James, I think some of those rules are actually enforcing it now. As I understand, you guys have an 8 p.m. curfew, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? Right. What happens when you're out with your beau? It's 7:55. I can't make it home. I guess I got to come over. You got a little like, baby, it's cold outside scenario. You know what I mean? Because it'd be illegal to leave, right? So now you guys have to sleep in the same house. And
though this is the COVID version where the lyrics change. So instead of I really can't stay, it's I really must stay.
The government is enforcing me to stay.
Yeah. Now,
but this is a whole conversation we've had, James, about government giving you girlfriends. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah. Okay. So I've really learned a lot in this segment.
Yeah, this is like a fun cultural exchange. I'm learning a lot too, James. I don't know anything about nothing.
Now, if it wasn't for Ramadan, I wouldn't have known that people were during the day.
There you go. I think people have sex all hours of the day.
I really thought it was something that just happened in movies.
Daytime sex.
In movies,
what movies though have daytime sex scenes?
Like in movies when someone's at a diner and they never eat their food or pay for their coffee. I thought
that's for continuity. Yeah.
I thought that during the morning that was one of those things. It's a movie thing.
Specifically, morning sex.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, James. It does happen in real life too. That's based on something. And there are people who don't touch their food at diners and don't pay for their checks and don't say goodbye before they hang up the phone.
Well,
that last one's psychotic. No, that last one's psychotic. My dad does that sometimes.
He does what?
He doesn't say bye. He just hangs up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you ever done it in the morning?
Why are you asking me so accusationally?
No, I'm not.
Is it a bad thing if I did?
No, I'm curious.
What are the repercussions if I did, James?
There's none for me. I thought it was.
Of course I have.
You're like the guys.
That's my preferred time.
You're like the guys. Well, what about like the people have the bad breath and?
That is an obstacle you have to get over. But I think if you both have bad breath, it's mutually assured destruction, James. You ever learned that from Dr. Strangelove?
Is that a porn movie?
Yeah.
Now, do you ever leave Tic Tacs on the
on the bedside table? That'd be an idea.
Yeah, like the Mentos or.
Well, it's the same, but it's the same danger when you go on a date and you have a nice,
danger.
The danger of having bad breath during sex is like you have a nice, garlic bread with dinner.
Yeah,
but as long as you both have it, it's fine.
And I love garlic bread for dinner.
Me too. Anyways, Ramadan's really exciting, James. I'm really excited about what's happening. You know who else is Muslim? You were talking about Cat Stevens, Yusuf Islam.
Yeah, he converted. Yeah. Now, did you hear my Cat Stevens impersonation earlier?
I loved it.
Yeah. I listen to the wind of my soul. Now imagine that, but with a burglar mask.
In the middle of the night?
Cat Burglar Stevens.
There it is. This is the magic of Ramadan, James. You're getting so much.
I've been doing Christmas I've been doing Christmas 30, 3 times. I've never done Ramadan, and I'm really like, my mind is open right now. Yeah.
James, I got to tell you, if I get back to Montreal before the end of Ramadan, we're going to do a Ramadan feast. That's what you typically do at the end of the day, right?
So what's like a typical Ramadan? Is it garlic bread?
No, my friend. Way better. You could get some like some kidbey, some fattoush, some tabbouleh.
Oh,
you can
maybe
get
like
some
some
hummus.
kafta meat.
You get some kafta for sure.
All right. Okay.
Some
okay.
shish taouk.
I love shish taouk.
A lot of fruits too. Lots of dates and apricots and
I like all those
fruit.
things. Yeah.
Cheeses, James.
Yeah. I love cheese. Yeah. This is great.
You're liking it, huh?
I like this. Maybe I should. Are there any other holidays I should be celebrating?
If I come across any, I'll let you know.
All right. Man, this is.
James.
Awesome.
So I got a question for you, James. What are you giving up for Ramadan?
What am I going to give up?
If you have to choose one thing that you're to show your devotion to, not just to God, but also to be grateful of what you have in life, and to empathize with those less fortunate.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be giving up something. You could also do an act of charity.
Yeah. That's
another
like
big
the idea
part
of charity is. I've donated to charities before, and I've been the recipient of people donating because people have certainly subscribed to this. So if anyone out there is celebrating Ramadan and they want to donate to a charity or otherwise,
maybe we should get a little fundraiser going on At Home with James.
You could subscribe to the show now.
You're saying you're the charity?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
now
not exactly.
I like the idea of giving up something and challenging myself.
Yeah.
So I think I know what I want to give up. Like, you're giving up smoking. Racquel is giving up love making. You know what I'm going to give up?
What's that, James?
Cold brew.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That is an interesting one.
Right?
That is an interesting one.
I spend a lot of money on cold brew.
It's a lot.
Probably a lot of people around the world who've never enjoyed a cold brew.
James, have you looked at this new microdose crap? I keep getting Instagram ads for microdose.
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
It's like a syrup that you put into water, and it's instant coffee. It's like a super concentrated coffee.
Oh, that sounds pleasant. Yeah, I think I would. What's that called now?
I think it's called microdosed coffee.
Microdose.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I just saw it.
I got to tell you, I'm loving this Ramadan.
This Ramadan is pretty good, huh?
Yeah, this is great.
There's a lot of coffee, and get this, James. This is probably the best part of Ramadan. Are you ready? Late night coffees. Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
I love late night coffee. Maybe I'll make one after the show.
You're gonna do a 9 p.m. coffee. I might have a coffee after this.
Okay. Well, how about this? We got to start wrapping things up. What if, you shut things down? I tear my set down. Maybe I call you on the phone. We each make a coffee, and you tell me more about Ramadan and
Habibi.
Just you take me through everything from top to bottom. You give me the ins, the outs. I learn about the holiday, the sun going up, down.
I'll teach you some prayers.
Learn a little bit about this morning sex.
We'll learn some Arabic. We'll talk about morning sex. James, I couldn't think of a better person to do Ramadan with than you, James.
And you know what? I couldn't think of a better person for you to do Ramadan with than me.
Yeah.
Andy,
it's the same as Christmas, man. Best Christmas partner right here.
Wow.
Best Ramadan partner.
Look, I'm really grateful for this, Andy. I'm going to talk to you in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, James. Happy Ramadan, everybody.
Happy Ramadan to Andy, Assaf, and to everyone. This was, I had promoted this show as being this is going to be the Start on Time show. This is the first ever At Home with James Ramadan. This is great. I feel optimistic. I feel upbeat. I'm going to be singing Cat Stevens all night long. And I don't just know the lyrics to the wind. We all know Wild World. Maybe you get a bit, bring tea for the tiller man. Do that one. That's a short song, right? Tea for the tiller man. It could use another minute and a half. Anyways, that's our show tonight, folks. I'm very excited about everything that we've accomplished. We started on time. The question is, will it be 2 nights in a row? Find out this coming Friday, 9 p.m. sharp. Don't you dare miss it. Tell your mom, dad, auntie, unkie, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy, best friend. Heck, tell your worst enemy to tune in where twitch.tv/athomewithjames. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. Be well and happy and healthy Ramadan.